Whoa, Phil Hendrie Show here, 1-800-449-8686. This is the Phil Hendrie Show. Reminder that our Best of the Phil Hendrie Show Year 2000 CD is right around the corner. And we want to thank everybody that supported us during our 99 campaign. We've made close to $150,000 with the sales of the Best of the Phil Hendrie Show CD. Our Year 2000 CD right around the corner. Now, a town ordinance banning motorists from using handheld cell phones has been overturned by a judge who said that it bucked state traffic laws. Common Pleas Judge, this is in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, David Heckler granted a motion Tuesday to dismiss the charge against a man cited in February for using his cell phone while driving. One of the reasons why the state had enacted this law, this ban on cell phone use, was because of the fact that a girl, a young child, had been killed in an automobile accident allegedly involving someone using a cell phone. I've heard people talking about this. They want to get rid of cell phone use because it's dangerous. And I've seen people use those new headset, which makes them either look like A, operators, B, air traffic controllers, or C, a guy that works the window where they take the money at McDonald's. So, you know, any one of those things. If you think you look cool, just think of the cat that's taking the cash at McDonald's there at the window with the little headset, and you don't look that good, even if you are wearing a really, really expensive tie. Do you ever see guys walking out of restaurants and stuff with the headset on? And I'm thinking, you know, the first thing I want to say is, yeah, oh yeah, and a hot apple turnover. Oh, I'm sorry. Ted Bell is on the line with us. I'm just being a little whimsical here, Ted, but you know what I'm talking about. Ted is the president of the Beverly Hills Automobile Association, and it has a vested interest in this because you guys are automobile enthusiasts, and I guess you've seen a lot of people using these cell phones. You used a cell phone for a lot of years, right, Ted? Okay, Ted, are you there?
Yeah, right here, Phil. Phil, I think that the problem with cell phones is the wrong people have them. Okay?
The wrong people.
The wrong people have them, and by that, Phil, I mean, look at the use of cell phones today. You've got high school kids, you've got young students, you've got suburban mothers who need to know the whereabouts of their kid every waking minute, morning, noon, and night. These nervous husbands who are afraid to leave their wives alone. Drug dealers. Phil, I remember a day when there were only a few of us, just a few of us. A cell phone, a radio telephone was expensive. It was a luxury, and only a few of us had them. And I can tell you, I remember a day when it was a signal to society that you'd arrived to the upper echelons. And it was also a signal between those of us who had these phones that, hey, you're a member of the club. You're just like me. We know how to communicate. We know how to use them. And
well, when you're talking about the early days of cell phones, you're talking about radio telephones.
That is correct.
When was this?
Well, I'm talking about the late 1970s. I have had a cellular phone or some form of telephone in my car as far back as the late 1970s. Are you telling me that I don't get to use my phone, considering the fact that it was instrumental in allowing me to become as successful as I am in business, considering the fact that those of us who drive Mercedes, BMW, successful people in business, need these cellular phones in order to conduct that business? Are you telling me that I have used a cell phone since the late 1970s and that I don't get to use it because some soccer mom or some guy who just bought a cell phone? I'll tell you a story, Phil. I was going to Taco Bell because I was going to get a Burrito Supreme, and a kid comes rolling out of the lot in a Mustang, and what do you think? He's got his cell phone. He's got that thing plugged to his ear. He's using the right hand instead of the left. He's gripping the wheel with the left hand. Everything wrong about the way this kid's using a cell phone. Almost hit me. Could have caused an accident that would have involved at least 3 or 4 cars. Off he goes with his drive-out taco, or I think he was getting a soft taco. I don't know what he was getting. I'm there for a Burrito Supreme. The kid comes out of there like he owns the world. This is what I'm talking about.
Well, it sounds to me like you're talking about a generation of cell phone users that don't go back as far as you do. In other words...
Yeah, another, Phil, I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to your listeners, that the people that I know, we know how to use a cell phone. We would calmly walk outside of a restaurant to use the phone to check our portfolio, check our business. We had a flair about how we opened the mouthpiece and raised the antenna. We were subtle. Okay, Phil, we knew. We were the beginning generation of cell phone users, and we had, yes, many of us had success in our business. We're still out there. You'd never see a Mercedes or a BMW cell phone user driving irresponsibly or recklessly. We're cool. And I remind you of that song from West Side Story. Cool, cool, crazy cool. You know the song, Phil?
Yeah, it's the Be Cool.
That was what I think marked the cell phone user 30 years ago. Just like everything else in society, it starts at the top and then it trickles down and it begins to get watered down and polluted. I am telling you, Phil, the affordability of the cell phone has thrust into the hands of the irresponsible, poor, and these bad, and it's bad. Poor people and middle-class people can't use cell phones responsibly.
Okay, let's hold on for a second. We're talking to Ted Bell here, and Ted is a businessman and a successful one. Just in case it didn't get through to you, we're talking about cellular phone use because some communities are banning the use of cell phones in cars, and it is his opinion that he and his friends who've been using cell phones for a lot of years and use them responsibly because they're successful in business, ought to be able to continue to use them. Our number is 1-800-449-8686. Ted, we're back on. Tell me about the fact that you just made a statement I consider to be a little bit elitist. Poor people can't use cell phones.
Poor people and middle-class people don't use cell phones responsibly because they don't know, Phil, what it took for those of us who started out using cell phones. They don't know what it took for us who started out using cell phones. The kind of flair that we have, there's a certain level of panache. They don't have the business success to drop the right arm out. Let me tell you something, Phil. When you use a cell phone, you should drape your right arm over the wheel and have the phone very lightly cradled in your left hand as you have it pressed to your ear. I want everybody out there to try that right now, okay?
Using a cell phone.
Using a cell phone.
Drape my right arm over the wheel.
Drape your right, so that you're turning the wheel with your wrist. Okay? You're very relaxed.
Why can't I use it with the right?
Just hold up. You don't use the right arm because you may need to shift. You see what I'm saying? You have the cell phone in your left hand. That's something else. I see somebody with a cell phone in their right hand. It means they don't know anything about a 5-speed manual transmission. They don't know anything about sports cars. They don't know anything about Jaguars. Drape the hand over the wheel. Just do it right there.
Well, I don't know how I can do it, but...
Just pretend like you're driving in the car.
All right, so I drape my right hand over the wheel, right?
That's correct.
Now, you said I'm turning the wheel with my wrist?
You're so relaxed, you're turning the wheel with your wrist. You don't even grab it. You got that?
Okay.
Now, with the left hand, you press that cell phone up to your ear. You got that?
Okay, so my hand is draped.
That's right. And now what I want you to do is to try to develop a business sense so that you flip open the mouthpiece. Do you know what I mean by flip open the mouthpiece?
I'm just flipping it.
Flip it open.
Okay.
And then the business sense and success to pull the antenna out full with your teeth. Do that.
Okay, so what are we doing here, okay?
What we're doing, Phil, is showing you the class way to use a cell phone, a generation of cell phone users who have become successful in business, drive beautiful cars, have beautiful homes, and know how to use a cell phone and not go squealing out of Taco Bell with their soft tacos and they're just some kid drug dealer or soccer mom. And
well, you brought up soccer moms and drug dealers and high school students. And
Phil, I saw a teenage girl using a cell phone in a restaurant the other day. What is that about? That's what I'm talking about.
All right, well, so in other words...
If they're going to take cell phones out of people's hands.
If they're going to take cell phones out of anybody's hands, it ought to be these slobs that don't know how to use them. With what it sounds like to me is a certain level of sophistication, because you're talking about draping the right hand over the wheel. And
that is absolutely correct. And the other thing about all these new cell phone users, unlike me and my friends, they're hogging up all the cell space. And I think that's a bad thing.
Well, it's not going to happen. You know that.
No, I know it's not going to happen. But if they want to eliminate people from using cell phones, eliminate the dangerous ones. Eliminate the people that don't know what they're doing. Don't take it away from me. I'm Ted Bell. Okay? I started in business in the 70s. I know what I'm doing.
All right, Ted Bell is with us from the Beverly Hills Automobile Association. If they're going to take cell phones away from people, Ted says take them away from people who don't know how to use them with flair or style. He was mentioning that cell phone users are supposed to drape their right hand over the... Can you do that, Craig? Put Ted on hold there. All right, so you drape the right hand over your driving wheel, and you're supposed to turn the wheel with your wrist, and then you're holding on to the phone, and you flip open the mouthpiece, pull out the antenna with your teeth, and put it up to your ear. All right, 1-800-449-8686. It's the Phil Hendrie Show. One 800-449-8686, the Phil Hendrie Show. And we have on the line Ted Bell, president of the Beverly Hills Automobile Association. And it is his belief that it isn't that cell phones are dangerous. It's the kind of people that are now using cell phones and now using radio telephones in their cars, as opposed to when you started. Now, Ted, I know that you're in your late 30s. You started using a radio telephone in your teens?
That's correct, Phil. I had my own radio telephone. I was doing some entrepreneurial business work. I started very young in business, and one of the things I felt I needed was communication, and I started with a rudimentary form of cell phone. And I can tell you that those of us who've been using cell phones a long time, you recognize us by the cars that we drive and by the kind of people, and we're mostly men. I don't want to exclude the women, but most of the individuals who are successful in business and who do use cell phones are men. And you know us by the clothing that we wear, the way that we look, the style that we affect, and yes, the way that we use our cell phone in the car.
And you're talking about draping the right hand over the wheel and...
Draping the right hand over the wheel and then using the left hand.
Let me go to a mobile cell phone, as a matter of fact, on Interstate 70 this evening. Hello, you're on the Phil Hendrie Show.
Hi, good evening, Phil. How
yes,
are
sir,
you?
good.
I'd like to get you with this, man. How old are you, sir?
I'm 38.
Okay, I'm 30. I'll be 35 this October. I remember when cell phones first came out.
Right.
I've been currently talking on. I've had a regular cell phone for probably about 3 years now.
Right.
A couple of things with cell phones now. First of all, my cell phone that I'm talking on, I don't have to dial any number. All I have to do is pick it up and say the person's name. It auto dials it for me.
Well, a lot of the new phones do that. I'm talking about these kids that are using it in the right hand and all of this kind of stuff.
I understand. I'm getting that. You're talking about phone etiquette.
Well, there's no draping of the the arm.
I'll have to agree with you on the fact that I don't think cell phones should be in movies.
Right.
They shouldn't be in dinner places.
What about these kids that come screaming out of Taco Bell? They got the soft taco or whatever they wanted again, and they're not draping the right arm.
Right, they're very rude and everything.
Yes.
But nevertheless, about the draping of the arm, now, I don't necessarily agree with that either. I like to keep a firm grip on the steering wheel. Anything can happen at any time. That includes paying attention.
I'm talking about city driving, mostly in Hollywood or Beverly Hills, California. I don't know, where do you live?
Well, I'm right outside of Baltimore City,
you live in
Maryland.
Baltimore?
Baltimore,
okay,
yeah.
I don't know if you need to drape your arm in that town or not. I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. I'm not into style and look. I'm into functionality and safety.
If you're doing certain, I do a lot of financing of independent films, so I need to do. There is a look that I need to have.
Well, what do you mean you finance independent films? What's that got to do with draping your hand over the wheel?
When you're using a cell phone, okay, and you walk outside, do you open the antenna with your teeth?
I don't know. No, and
well, there you go.
You talking to me? I'm sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah,
Phil?
I'm talking to the gentleman.
So actually,
do you flip it open? I don't know if anybody in Baltimore even needs a cell phone. And I'm being serious because the way that I'm talking.
Why wouldn't a guy in Baltimore need a cell phone? I watched Homicide: Life on the Streets. Those guys had it.
Yeah, is that the TV show?
Yeah, the TV show in Baltimore.
But you know what?
Well, I mean, come on.
Do you have a digital phone?
I had a digital. I got an analog. I got all kinds of phones. I got phones everywhere. I got phones in the trunk of my car. I actually have a cell phone in the trunk of my car in case I get in there by mistake. It's although, by the way, Phil, Homicide: Life on the Streets is shot in L.A. So, Jesus, what an idiot.
It's not shot in Baltimore?
No, it's not shot in Baltimore. Homicide: Life on the Streets.
All right. Thank you, sir, very much for your call. Here is Texas, New Braunfels, Texas, on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Once again, I am cannot believe that you feel you have control of any vehicle with a wrist draped across the steering
No,
wheel.
I'm talking about in Hollywood, you have to have your wrist draped.
Well, thank goodness I don't have to drive in Hollywood.
Do you ever drape your wrist?
Not over a steering wheel.
Do you flip your phone open like Commander Kirk in Star Trek?
Actually, my phone doesn't require flipping open or the pulling up of an antenna.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I suppose that puts me at some sort of a terrible disadvantage, but
I
believe that if people are responsible...
Style. That's what I mean. And style means safety. Safety means we can use a cell phone. But when you got yourself some young kid screaming out of Taco Bell with some taquitos and the Burrito Supreme, and he doesn't even care who he's going to kill while he holds the phone in his right hand, not his left, and grips the wheel like he's holding onto a broom. No.
I'm sorry, but style will not save anyone's life.
Yes, it will.
Responsible driving and responsible use of a cell phone may very well save people's lives.
Your phone probably plays some irritating song when it rings, doesn't it? Doesn't it go do-do-do-do-do-do when it rings? Come on.
Yes, it does, because that way I can tell it from the other sounds in the vehicle.
Holy God.
Well, a lot of people, and the lady made a good point. She can tell it from the other cell phones that ring, okay?
Yeah, the other cell phones.
The other sounds.
Yeah, the other cell phones ringing in the movie theater. Yeah, well, that's a good point.
No, from the other sounds in the vehicle.
Are you 18?
I'm 55, and I drive an 18-wheeler, and your Jaguar would probably fit nicely between the rear wheels.
I'm going to take that as a threat, just for kicks. I'm going to take that as a threat.
Well, it's not a threat. It's a statement of what happens when people are worried more about style than what they are about responsible driving.
Have you got one of those cell phones with a Hello Kitty faceplate?
No, I do not.
Thank God.
Well, what difference does it make, the Hello Kitty faceplate?
Phil, I'm making a point. They want to take our cell phones away from us because they're not safe. I maintain the cell phones are safe. These Johnny-come-lately, kitty faceplate, plays a different song when it rings, cell phone owners are driving me out of my freaking gourd. Now, I've had a radio telephone.
Was it a very long drive?
Long drive from where? Out of my gourd?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this side of New Braunfels.
Ah,
now, a lot of the people that... aren't you cute? You drive a truck, huh?
Yes.
How long?
Oh, 2 years.
No, how long's the truck you drive?
Ha, 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 ha.
The trailer's 53 feet.
And I bet you my Jaguar fits between the rear wheels.
All right.
Just about, yeah.
Thank you very much, dear. Are you a safe driver?
She's a trucker.
Yeah.
Of course she's a safe driver.
All right, thank you. Here is Malibu on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm ringing because I agree that we should be safe and use our cell phones responsibly.
Are you in Malibu?
I am.
Then you know what I'm talking about.
I do, but I have to say I totally disagree with the way you're classifying people and the ability as to who should and shouldn't have it. Basically, I feel that
you can't have a lot of these poor people with cell phones. What do they know?
If you're trying to be provocative,
no, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm sorry, you cannot classify people by their income or their social status as being responsible cell phone drivers.
Yes, you can.
I can tell you I drive daily down the Pacific Coast Highway.
How much do you make?
And see people of all kinds of cars, make and type and style, irresponsibly using their cell phone. The website is full of it. And
you never see a Mercedes, though. You never, ever.
Do.
No, you don't. Don't lie. You never see somebody in a Mercedes driving irresponsibly. But some taco bender in a taco wagon. You don't.
Hold on.
You live in
Malibu.
Malibu.
You've had a fair shot at all this time. I've listened to you
That's
now
true.
for almost a half hour.
Yeah, but she lives in Malibu, and she's got an attitude like that. I live in Beverly Hills, okay?
I know you represent an association that theoretically should find it offensive that you speak such elitist statements about people.
Look, I spend a lot of money for my 15 cars, okay? I've got 12,000 square feet. I don't remember how big my house is. That's how big it is. I get lost in it.
You know what?
You know
I think what the point of the situation is not how much you make or how nice your car is. It's the amount of responsibility with which you use the cell phone.
What's your phone
and I
sound
believe
like?
that probably most people out there would say that many cars they've come up against, both lower end, higher end, middle trucks,
I got a great
they've all
idea,
seen
Phil.
irresponsibly
You know what you should do, Phil? Instead of people calling your show, you should call people. You should call people up and say, "Hi, it's the Phil Hendrie Show calling. It's time for you to be on the air." And make sure they're all cell phones. And I'm
calling you from a cell phone.
All right,
I'll
bet you a good 50% of all the people Mr. Hendrie phones are beaten to death before they can get on the air because their phones go do 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 in a movie theater.
As a matter of fact, no, I'm a 39-year-old businesswoman, relatively successful.
449-8686.
She said relatively.
Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Ted Bell with the Beverly Hills Automobile Association. And cell phone use, is it dangerous? It's Ted's belief and his organization's belief that cell phone use isn't dangerous. The people that use cell phones, you've categorized them as poor, soccer moms, women who've got to be in touch with their kids morning, noon, and night.
No, these were not the cell phone users that I knew when I was coming up as a cell phone user. I knew business people. I knew people who were involved in the stock market, people who were dealing in real estate, people who were dealing in commodities, people who were design architects, and people in the film business. But now, and these are the guys that needed phones. But now I got every woman out there. She can't go 2 blocks from her house. She's got to find out how poopsy is, and did Timmy have a normal bowel movement, and and is Susie, is she still passing blood? And look at lady, if you're that worried about your kid, don't leave home. But don't go out there with your cell phone, scaring the living bejesus out of me, driving like you're in a demolition derby. All because you got one hand, generally the right hand on a cell phone, not the left, and you're not draping your arm over the wheel in a very cool manner. Those of us who started using cell phones in 1978 looked good doing it. Nobody looks good using a phone anymore. Everybody looks like a lame, standing around. It just really frustrates me, Phil.
Okay, and they're the ones that are killing.
And they're killing people. They're killing people out there. She's gripping the phone, she's gripping the wheel, she's flooring it, she's going right through the plate glass window of a department store, taking out 6-7 rows of clothing, parking it near an escalator, murdering human beings because she's so tight and is holding onto that phone and squeezing that thing. That's what I'm talking about, okay? They don't have business success because they don't drape their right arm over the wheel.
Yeah, draping it very loosely, too.
That's correct.
All right, here is North Miami on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I called up to tell you? When I worked at a phone company in New York and I retired, I couldn't stay there anymore, but then they gave me a job programming the cell phones.
Did you get a tumor?
Huh?
Did you get cancer?
No, but this is what happened.
Okay.
They told us not to hold them too close to your ear. They're filled with radiation.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't hear that part because I'm out in the kitchen. I can't.
Did they fill your ear with radiation?
They said they fill your head with it.
Really?
And they told us not to use it too much. But I saw a man get in an accident down here. He hit 2 cars using the cell phone, and they were all nuts using that. They glue them to their ear.
Did he drape his right arm over the wheel?
I don't know what he was doing, but he was driving with one hand. He had one phone up.
And where was the other hand? Where was his hand?
Right, one hand was on the phone, and the other hand was on the wheel.
And where was the other one?
He only has 2 hands.
All right. Now,
one
what
hand
about
was on the phone, huh?
Okay, the radiation in your ear? What about that?
They say you can get radiation. They said it in the phone company. They told us when we were working on program, they said don't hold those too close to your ear. They're too filled with radiation.
Is that what the phone company said that?
Well, yeah, I work for them.
Well, why didn't you quit?
Huh?
Why didn't you quit?
Why should I quit?
Because you're getting your ear filled with radiation.
No, I didn't hold it long like that. I just did it fast.
Where do you generally hold a telephone?
Huh?
Where do you generally hold the telephone?
By my ear.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Is it getting
no,
radiation?
No, but I don't glue it to my ear and push my ear in like they do.
You don't stick it in your ear?
No.
Well, what about the radiation that you're getting from it?
They say the radiation comes out of it.
Does it come off? Can you scrub it out or something? What I'm saying is, honey, when you take a bath, can you get rid of it?
No.
You can't get rid of it.
No,
that's what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about with this woman?
Huh?
What?
You got trouble when you do that.
When you do what?
You could die with all that radiation.
You clean your ears with Q-tips?
Okay, thank you very much.
But Phil,
never mind. Thank you, ma'am, very much for your call.
You're welcome.
All right, here is La Mesa on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yeah, this guy thinks he's some kind of movie star or something special just because he can afford a cell phone. I mean, everybody can afford a cell phone nowadays.
Yeah, everybody can afford a cell phone, but there was a time when it was a symbol of class and style. When you could walk into a...
Yeah, but that was 20, 30 years ago, man. This is the 2000s.
When you could walk into a restaurant and pull that antenna with your teeth. See what I'm saying?
You pull antenna with your teeth, you could get a shock.
No, you don't. And you open that thing up, and you have yourself a ball.
I think you've been watching too many
movie directors.
Too many episodes.
Well, do you have a cell phone?
Trek.
Do you have a cell phone?
My wife has one.
Oh, you don't use it in the car?
I don't use it, no.
Okay. I'll ask you the big question. You know the one I'm going to ask, too, don't you?
What's that?
Which hand do you use it?
Does it make a difference?
Yeah, it makes a difference. Left hand, right hand, what?
What difference does it make whether...
I'm asking the guy the question.
Yeah, what difference does it make?
All right, he's asking about whether you drape your right hand. Do you drape it?
I might drape it if I
over
go
the
a little
wheel.
frisky.
All right. Here is Gainesville on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yeah, this guy's just a pompous ass. I'm sorry. This guy's gone way too far.
Oh, is that right? Because I know a little bit
about
music.
It's not about style and how much money you have. It's about what you do to the community and back with it. You know, I'm 23 years old. You're right. I probably have not made as much money as you have.
No, you have not made any money.
But the fact is, the matter is that I drive a nice Jaguar. I'm a graduate student. I'm making money, and I'm not too worried about the style that I present with myself on the.
Well,
on the
how are you using the cell phone? Do you swing out of the car? How do you get out of the car when you're holding a cell phone?
Well, you know, it doesn't really matter how I get out of the car.
Well, I just want to know. Do you swing out with both legs, or do you put one leg out first?
Does it really matter?
Yes,
I'm exiting a vehicle.
Yes, it does, because you're going to kill somebody someday if you don't know how to use a cell phone.
And draping your right arm around it and driving with your wrist is a safe way to drive?
Yes, sir. In city traffic. I'm not talking about freeway. I'm not talking about freeway. Do you stick one leg out of the door and then swing the right leg?
And no, I don't know actually how I exit from the vehicle.
How do you when you get a call, how do you answer it when you're with people?
Say hello. This is John. Can I help you?
You don't make a show of showing everybody the phone and you're about to answer it?
No. Why would I need to show them on my phone? It's just a cellular phone.
So when it rings, what is he supposed to do?
What he's supposed to do is, if it rings, show everybody at the table that it's a cell phone and that you're about to answer it. You don't do that.
Why should I have to show everybody that my phone's ringing?
You don't know.
Why should I have to do that?
Well, then I feel sorry for you.
Why does he have to show everybody?
Yeah, why do I have to show everybody?
It is part of the style.
Show everyone the
style. Yes.
I think you just need to, I don't know.
No, you know what? The problem with you is you don't get this laissez-faire kind of stuff. If you're in the right economic bracket, you'll show everyone the phone before you answer it.
You know what the thing is, though? Is that, I know what economic bracket I'm in, and I don't have to show it off.
No, I'm saying show them the phone first. Let it ring.
They know it's ringing. They see it.
No, but let it ring 8 to 10 times before you answer it to make sure everyone knows you're getting a call.
All right. Here is Austin on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This economic bracket thing, I'm the owner of a big delivery company here in Austin, and every one of my drivers carries a cell phone. I talk on my cell phone about 6,000 minutes a month, and I'm constantly on it. I live in my car. How
long does it ring before you answer it?
1 to 2 times. Because
that's not long enough.
No, it is. It's business, and I use it for business. And
I understand that, but you still have to let people know that you have some flair with it.
So this guy,
is it flair? I don't give a dang what anybody thinks about my cell phone. It rings like a normal phone. It's ugly. I can't stand them, but it's something that I have to have, and that I have.
What kind of phone do you got?
I have an older Nokia.
Oh, have you seen the new Nokias?
Yes,
the Ultra Compact?
I don't care.
Right, where do you usually have cocktails?
I don't drink, so
well, if you're out to dinner, say with some friends or some business people, okay, you should let the phone ring 8 to 10 times before you answer it.
No, because usually when it's ringing, that's a client of mine needing something picked up.
No, that's right. But if the client, here's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, I've been in business a long time. No, listen. If you let the phone,
I've been doing this for 30 years.
I understand. You've been alive for 30 years, is what you're saying, right?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I've had a cell phone since I was 18, I guess.
All I'm telling you is let it ring a long time. The client will think you're playing hard to get. You see what I'm saying?
No, these are people. Major airlines. I do a lot of the airlines.
Make
deliveries.
them think you're too busy to get to the phone. And then they're going to want to really do business with you. That's what I'm saying.
I haven't succeeded.
What is this now? Some kind of a business advice thing you're giving the guy?
I'm trying to help this kid, okay?
I've
Make
owned
him
this
think you're
business
too
for
busy,
10
all right?
years, and it's doing great, and I don't need any business advice. I'm saying there is no flair to using a phone. If people would just pay attention to what they're doing.
If you answer the phone, make it seem like you're doing them a favor that you're answering the phone.
But if you don't do that, then you're an unsafe phone user then.
If you don't do what?
If you don't have this flair, then you're an unsafe phone user.
Yes, you'll
correct?
kill someone. Yeah, you'll kill someone.
And how is that? I'm driving down the road right now with my left hand draped over the steering wheel.
No, right hand.
Using my right hand to use the phone.
No, you got to drape the right hand.
I'm going to kill somebody.
You're going to kill someone. You know why? Because you're all uptight, waiting for your big phone call, waiting for your business to come flowing through. If you're relaxed, if you're opening the antenna with your teeth, and all of a sudden you're pulling that antenna out like it's a cigarette, and all of a sudden the phone company or whoever it is, the airline calls, you let it ring for 12 times. Some guy on the other end's going, Jesus, I hope this guy answers because I really want to do business with him. And you pick it up. What's the name of your business, sir?
It's J&M Courier Service.
Just say J&M Courier Service. What's up? And I've been trying to call you for crying out loud. Well, I'm busy. What's your problem? This is what I'm talking about.
No.
Drape the arm. Drape it. Drape it.
That is nothing. Right, there's no safety content in that. As a matter of fact, I'm probably being unsafe driving the way I'm driving.
You'll wind up killing someone then.
Draping the arm.
That's correct.
All right, sir, thanks for your call. Take one more phone call here as we talk to Ted Bell about cell phone etiquette. Here is New Haven on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello?
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, what kind of idiot we got on here?
I'm an idiot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How well will the sound come through when I drape my hand over the...
What's that?
How well will my sound come through when I drape my arm?
No, you'll look good.
I look good?
Although you're African American?
No, I'm not. And why do you think I'm African American?
Well, because you have that kind of thick-lipped way of talking.
Oh,
come on, will you?
The thicker the lip, the better the sound.
Well, all I'm trying to say, maybe if you have a Nokia.
The thicker the lip, the better the sound comes over the cell, right?
I guess you're talking about humming, huh?
Yeah.
No, seriously,
Okay, that's all I needed.
What, are you hanging up on me?
Yes, I'm hanging up. Thank you, ma'am, for your call. This is the Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. And we thank everybody for listening to the show today. And what are we playing? We're playing some Eric Clapton and B.B. King. Boy, that guy Clapton still trying to get in good with all the black heavyweights here, huh? Eric Clapton. You know what, Eric? There was a time when you... I don't know what to say, but you knew how to turn the amp up a little bit. You know, I mean, you actually played rock and roll. And then you got into that funky kind of acoustic thing, and now he's got an album out with B.B. King. So we're going to do a little bit of that. Now, does this rock, or is this another one of these slow things where he's just done more heroin, and it's wonderful tonight? It's okay? It's a good song?
I think so.
The bluesiest thing that we got today is some white boy from England and all of those black guys who have, pioneered the music, tried to keep it alive, and there ain't nobody else coming up in this country that's going to keep that stuff going. And don't talk to me about Robert Cray. He sucks. So let me see the CD for just a second. Where's the jewel case on that? You're not going to be doing any reading in there, Mike. I'm giving Mike an education on how to screen telephones. You're doing fine, man. You're doing fine. Clapton's how old now? 112? And the big story in his life and in my life and in the lives of those of us who were all kind of the same age was when he stole George Harrison's girlfriend from him. And I forget what her name was. His wife. And I forget what her name was. Patty Boyd. And George Harrison was such a kickback guy, it was like, it's all right, you can steal my wife, I don't give a crap. He's like a guy, just go ahead, take my wife, please. And then so Clapton took his wife, and I guess lived with her for a while, and then she dumped his heroin-stricken rear end, didn't she? So anyway, here's a nice song from Eric Clapton. And B.B. King, too.